did he win? Well, it was racism. It was misogyny, xenophobia. Really? 76 million from every walk of life? Up over every demographic from 4 years ago?
All right, we got to talk about John Gray, Pastor John Gray. His video has been shared from everybody. It's probably some of your most favorite conservatives. They either shared it or reshared or did a reaction on it, similar to what I'm going to do. But I'm going to give you a little bit of more context on who he is and his past when it comes to politics and his upcoming rise to fame. He's no different than the rest of them snake oil pastors, in my opinion. He has a mega church. He's collecting tithes and offering, and he's lining his pockets while he wears expensive clothing and gives his wife Lamborghinis, $200-something thousand Lamborghinis. Yeah, this is who we're talking about. Pastor John Gray out of South Carolina. His church is called the Relentless Church, and he's had a lot of controversy around him, just like so many of these mega church pastors, especially that one down up in Georgia. His story is similar. Allegedly, I guess he had cheated on his wife a couple times, and he got caught, and he's spoken about, he's got a lot of backlash. But before I share the viral clip and give him my reaction to it, I do want to give you guys a little backstory on John Gray, not just his allegations of him cheating on his wife, just falling in place with the rest of these snake oil pastors that take the congregation's tithe and offerings money and lines of pockets and becomes rich by doing so. But I want to give you the backlash that he's faced before. This man, like my boy, Pastor Barnes, where he's different, and why I'm going to do the video this way is Pastor Barnes, Mark Barnes, he takes a strong stance on who he is as an individual, an American man, but also as a Christian. This Mr. Pastor John Gray, I feel like he totes the line. Not feel like, I know he totes the line. And I'm going to give you guys my reaction and story on it. But the reason why I want to do the backstory on him, he actually got to meet Trump back when Trump was in office. He was amongst the black pastors that went to meet with Trump when he was coming up with the plan for prison reform. As we all know, Trump did a lot of great things, not just for the black community or Hispanic, but for prison reform, the First Step Act, things like that, right? Where a lot of people were let out as well, pretty much damn near the reversal of the 94 crime bill of Joe Biden. Well, Pastor John Gray, he was amongst those pastors, and he spoke about the backlash of him going there, which I'll get into, but I want to share this video with you so you can hear what he says. This is on the Washington Post. I want you to hear and see him meeting Trump, and then I'm going to show you why I think he's a wokester and that there's not a lot of people that's like me. Before I show it to you, you got to realize there ain't probably but maybe 3 or 4 people that I know personally that just will never go woke. I mean, God can send me up into heaven, tell me, hey, you need to start pushing wokeism, and to send me back into the world, and I still would be anti-woke. I'm just anti-woke. And I think that he is amongst the wokesters, and he toes the line. He goes wherever he thinks that he can get a photo op, which he consistently brings up, but he goes wherever he can advance himself. And I think that's what he did in this case. I think that he's someone that you got to be careful and watch out for. I think he's a wolf in sheepskin. He totes the line, and I'll go into that. But I want to share this video.
Mr. President, John Gray, Senior Pastor of Relentless Church in Greenville, South Carolina. And I am grateful for the opportunity to be at this table. At a time in our country where faith is becoming a bit of a dinosaur, in a time of moral relativism and secular humanism, it is refreshing to know that those of us who have committed our lives to fighting for people who cannot fight for themselves have a seat at the table to share our hearts. I believe that the very
That was just a bunch of word-salad rhetoric, but okay.
best principles of Scripture call us to fight for the poor, for the oppressed, for those who have made mistakes. Criminal justice reform is an opportunity to give a second and third chance to those who want to become productive members of society. Our nation cannot forget the broken. It is in the best tradition of our nation to fight for them. And when I think about the history of the church in this country, we have always fought for those who could not fight for themselves. So when I think of those who are coming out of prison who want to contribute, this is critical. When I think of veterans, I have here the obituary of my uncle who passed away a few weeks ago. He was 77. He was a veteran in the U.S. Army, and he battled through mental illness and other challenges. And we saw systemic poverty, multi-generational poverty.
Notice he uses the woke buzzword systemic. He's still toting the line.
But had he been resourced with the proper care, and had he been resourced with other necessities, he could have contributed even more. And so I'm very grateful for you, for this administration that's allowing for the conversation. And again, my prayer is that you will continue to have wisdom and insight to lead this nation. Truly, all of us are created equal. And so thank you for giving us an equal opportunity to fight for this nation and what it means to be an American.
Thank you, John. How many people in your church?
Well, we just started 3 months ago, and we have about 5,500, 6,000.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it's really incredible. Very quick.
Yes, sir.
Some of them 45,000, 50,000 people. Some of you even more than that. So I congratulate you all, and it's an honor to have you here. And you always have a friend in the White House. You know that. Harry, you know that, right? Thank you all.
So basically, brand new pastor back then when Trump was still in office. 3 months in, church blows up. He took a great opportunity. I get it. Maybe he's not political. He says it often that he's not Democrat, Republican. He's not even independent. He's just a Christ follower. Okay, we'll get into that as well. And then, you know, and I'm not here to bash him. I just want you guys to understand the backstory of some of these people that we share these videos with that go viral. Even though I love what he says, and I'll show you the video, I want to give you context leading up to who he is. Now, in that video, he seemed like he was honored, blessed to be there, happy to be there. He was a part of something big, that Trump did make a difference, where he had prison reform policies and things in place to help people. But here, once the backlash started taking place, he obviously, we've seen it. This is Greenville News, South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina News. I'm going to go up to the title. This is on the woke show, The Real. We all have seen the clips of what they, on The Real, Pastor John Gray says it would be unwise to visit President Trump again. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details of what they talked about, but he talked about similar to stuff he said. I want to share the video with you. I may not play the whole video, but I want to share parts of the video with you so you can hear them discussing his visit to Trump and how his tune changed, and which plays into why I'm saying he's a tote the line mega snake oil pastor. What affects black and brown people? You were there so that the Republican Party, which at the time the president was Trump, trying to come up with policies that are actually going to help black and brown people. Obama didn't do it. He didn't do nothing to reverse the 94 crime bill. He didn't do anything. So I don't understand the rhetoric, but okay. It let out it let out a bunch of people. But I'm going to let him continue because we're going to get to the part where he starts backpedaling because of the controversy. See? Boy, these snake oil pastors. John Gray, so if it was, when you went the first time, it was wise. You got to be a part of him passing the prison reform bill or act or program, whatever, whatnot. And she asked if you go back. Shaquisha asked if you will go back. All of a sudden, oh, I don't think it's wise. Why wouldn't it be wise? It was wise the first time. And this is what I mean by he's still a part of the woke mob. He totes the line. He wants to be famous. He became famous. He does the photo ops. He takes full advantage of when he can advance himself. And I think that's what it all was. Now his church has grown to thousands. He's got a mega church now. And he's had a lot of controversy around him cheating on his wife, allegedly. Ain't no damn allegedly. The man cheated on his wife. He admitted it. He gifted her and honored her with a Lamborghini. He got backlash for that. Him saying, I don't know if it's exact quote unquote words, but first of all, I am a husband first before I'm a pastor. So he's a husband first, and he felt as a husband, he needed to gift her, the congregation's tithes and offerings, a Lamborghini, a $200-something thousand Lamborghini. Hey, man, to each his own. I guess the man worked hard, hoodwinking y'all out y'all's money. But anywho, we're where we are now. And it's after this election. Another election cycle has gone by. The Democrats did not follow the democratic process. They took their fighter out midway through the fight. Talking about Joe Biden. He was getting busted up by Trump, beat down during the debates, so on and so forth. They gaslighted us for 3.5 years of saying that there was nothing wrong with Joe Biden. They switched out the fighter in an undemocratic process, putting Kamala Harris in. She raised $1.something billion. As you guys all know now, she went into debt. So how was she going to be able to manage our taxpaying dollars when she couldn't even manage campaign funds? But I'll digress. And she got paid for all these celebrities. Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion, they all up there shaking their ass. They had all these celebrity endorsements that they paid for. They weren't like Trump with Joe Rogan and Dana White and Elon Musk, very successful, influential people. He didn't have to pay them a dime. They supported the man because of the cause, the greater goods of the American people. They seen what the Democrats were all about. This video I'm going to show you now, he's going in on the liberals because, as you guys know, they are having a hard time coping with the fact that Trump is their daddy now. Trump is their daddy, and he is in office. And overwhelmingly, 76 million people, not just, one half of this country's racist, the Republicans, the white man, the Christians, the Uncle Tom black man, all them Spanish people, what are they thinking? 76 million people overwhelmingly voted for Donald J. Trump to be back in office, talking about one of the most best influential success comeback stories I have ever seen, surviving impeachments, false allegations, trumped up charges, assassination attempts, and rhetoric from the legacy media, woke, fake news media, Democratic talking heads, lies, lies, lies. 76 million people rejected the lies of the Democratic Party and the liberals and the regressives push of their outlandish, extreme ideologies. We rejected it. America knew that there was a problem. So Pastor John Gray speaks on it, and I mean, he dogs them. But you got to know who he is, where he comes from, and you need to know he totes the line. So I'm going to play the video.
How did he win? Well, it was racism. It was misogyny, xenophobia. Really? 76 million from every walk of life, up over every demographic from 4 years ago? It was racism. No, it wasn't. It was people who are tired of a system that's been lying to them. And even though the candidate is deeply flawed, all of those things didn't matter to people who are saying, I can't pay for groceries. You can't finesse me with a whole bunch of words that don't mean nothing. Your celebrity endorsements didn't help you. No, and people are hurting, they're lost, they're wounded, and they're broken. All of what happened Tuesday had already been written.
Great video, as you can see. The man went in and he ate and left no crumbs. He said that Trump was majorly flawed, okay? No one's perfect, we all know that. But so is he, majorly flawed. As I said earlier in the video, he allegedly cheated on his wife. He uses congregation money to buy $200,000-something Lamborghinis to give to his wife, so on and so forth. So when we talk about majorly flawed, no problem. Was it racism? Was it misogyny, xenophobia? No. All those are the legacy media from the machine pushing out rhetoric and lies, which is why Trump calls them fake news media. Here we are today. So like he said, liberals, stop crying. The video was great. Great. It went viral. He's telling the daggone truth. So liberals, Democrats, all those who shield for Kamala, cope. He's your daddy now. Get ready and enjoy the next 4 years. Now, why I'm gonna end the video with this, why I say John Gray is totes the line. I'm gonna give it to you in story form. I once heard a story where a man was dreaming. I don't know, he was dreaming and he seen this field, and the field had a fence in between the field. And on one side of the fence was God, and the other side of the fence was the devil. And he was looking to see who do he choose. And the devil, of course, said, hey, if you pick me, I'm going to give you everything that you've ever desired. Money, fame, access, anything you desire, I'm going to give it to you. While if you choose him, you ain't going to get none of those things. He's going to have to provide you through another way. So the guy sit there arrogantly, said, well, man, what am I going to do, Lord? What? He was enticed with what the devil said, but he seemed that the Lord's path was not the well-taken path. So he said, you know what? I don't even got to choose. I'll just sit on the fence. And he wakes up in darkness with the devil grabbing him. And he couldn't understand why the devil is grabbing him. And he says, wait a minute. I didn't choose you. I sat on the fence. I stayed in the middle. I sat on the fence. I didn't choose a side. He said, yeah, but the fence was mine. So with that being said, I think that John Gray in the pulpit is just like the rest of these mega pastors. They are snake oil pastors that are lining their pocket through tithes and offering and through people's hard-earned money to line their pockets, and they're going for fame. He is no different than a T.D. Jakes. The man was on Oprah's own network. He had a reality show. How many pastors have reality shows? The man is going for fame and celebrity, and he got it. He was on. They eventually dropped him with his allegations of cheating on his wife and all these other things, with buying these cars. He dropped from the network. So he's coming back on the scene. Again, I'm here giving him more fame and notoriety because I want to point out, I want people to know who he really is. Now, have I met him personally as a man? No. I don't think it's going to change how I feel about snake oil pastors with these mega churches that are lining their pockets, getting rich off of people, right? So, I mean, that's who he is. That's my stance on it. You don't have to agree with me. I like what he said. The video went viral for a reason, but I think that he just says what's popular for what is at the time. I'm sure he had a message ready to go and come at you with a curveball if Kamala Harris would have won. He would have spent it differently, trying to get notoriety and position himself where he needs to be. And I think that's the kind of person that he is. There's just very few people that are like myself that are just unwavering on who they stand with and who they support and standing on their values and what they believe. And I'm one of them. I see there's a lot of conservatives in this movement that do no different than just Pastor John Gray. I'm not here to drop names, but I remember when Trump lost the first time, they didn't even want to talk politics. They started dancing on TikTok again. I would pop into their lives and they were like, hey, Craig, no, we're not talking politics. There is a lot of them right now that they're your favorite conservatives at the top. And I'm telling you, that's just the way it is. These people, those are the grifters. There's just very few people like myself that are just unwavering in their stance and what they believe in. I've been doing this for many, many years, and you guys have no idea the things that I've been faced with, and yet I have not stopped or quit, and I won't. So with that being said, for all of those who supported me all this far for so many years, and if you're new, you just came to my channel, I appreciate you. I appreciate you because you elevate my voice to where it is today, and I'm very grateful for that. And I will continue to do hard work that I don't even get paid for. So with that being said, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time your boy puts out some more mean tweet commentary, AKA fire and brimstone commentary. And don't forget to hit me up on Instagram. Oh, and I'm on X. It's official Craig Long 45 on Instagram, and X, it is Craig Long 45. You can't make this shit up. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, oi.